Your skin's natural defense against wrinkles, coenzyme Q10, diminishes as you get older. Now you can help restore it with new Nivea Visage Q10 Wrinkle Control. It's guaranteed to reduce the look of wrinkles like never before.
Nice kitchen.
I can't wait to redo it.
So don't. Sears will give you 10% cash back on all home appliances over $399.
Fabulous.
And only Sears has the top 6 appliance brands to choose from. So?
Time to get cooking.
Good idea. Sale ends Thursday.
Forget plumpy lashes.
Make every single lash count.
New Every Lash Mascara, only from Revlon. Revolutionary defining color brushes on evenly from base to tip. Boosts lashes to their fullest. Plus, Wing Out Lash Comb separates every lash. The look is fuller, beautifully defined, and...
Goodbye, clump.
New Every Lash Mascara. Make your every single lash count.
And open some eyes.
I'm serving a party of 20 at 7 o'clock, whether this pain goes away or not. So I took something stronger, something faster. I took Advil liquid gels. See, they're stronger and faster on tough pain than extra-strength Tylenol, and, well, it just makes sense that they are. Liquid gels are the only pain reliever with liquid inside. Nobody else has that. Nobody. So when you want something that's faster on tough pain than Tylenol, take Advil liquid gels. Pain relief that's stronger and faster.
I got a call from somewhere in this area. Something wasn't right.
Hi. What's good here?
Chili. Raised Mac.
I didn't need to hear any more. This was a cellular town, and these were cellular people. I told them everything. Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network so they could be heard loud and clear. There are others out there. They have to know.
Tonight's presentation brought to you by the complete line of 1999 Lincoln automobiles. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
This Tuesday.
It has been a day to look inside and ask the hard questions. Wrestling goes on tonight, without Owen Hart, but with a lot of self-examination.
We'll remember a man who made his millions, but gave his heart to the city.
Could you be at the mercy of a dangerous doctor? I'm Kristen Terrell. Find out about it next.
Stay tuned for these stories and much more. ABC 24 News at 10 starts right now.
ABC 24, WPTY. Our focus, the Mid-South. This is ABC 24 News.
It's supposed to be entertainment with athletes bouncing back from painful falls. But one professional wrestler dies in the ring after an unforeseen accident. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Houston.
And I'm Dana Devin. World Wrestling Federation star Owen Hart died last night in Kansas City after a freak fall from above the ring. ABC 24's Wendell Stacy joins us with reaction from fans and wrestlers. Wendell?
Owen Hart, a.k.a. the Blue Blazer, was killed while performing a grand entrance. He fell some 50 feet from a wire and harness suspended from the rafters, head first into a turnbuckle. As a result tonight, millions of fans, young and old, are doing some soul searching.
It has become a mania in this country. Part actors, mostly stuntmen, playing to ever-growing record crowds that demand ever more dangerous action. Last night, the very worst-case scenario happened before thousands in Kansas City.
I can't believe this happened. Like, I just couldn't believe it. It's just supposed to be fake. My brother's a wrestling maniac, so I should know. And I told him, and he was really upset.
What has never been created is the real risk for injury in this spectacle. How many hundreds of wrestlers have serious back and knee problems?
There's major injuries in this sport every day. It's nothing for somebody to go into a match and get a kneecap blown off their knee, their head busted wide open. It's not fake.
Terry Golden is a rising star in the business. He knows what happened last night has made a real and lasting impression on the hundreds of thousands of kids that obsess each week about the world of wrestling.
I hate to say that it's not wrestling because it's the profession I'm in and the profession that I love. 10 years ago, it was more wrestling. Today's society, it's more violence.
I guess now they were saying that violence sells because wrestling is a business.
A business that demands more and more of the shocking, the dangerously spectacular.
No one wants to see wrestling anymore. People want to see violence. They want to see blood. They want to see tables broke. They want to see extreme.
It has been a day to look inside and ask the hard question. Wrestling goes on tonight without Owen Hart, but with a lot of self-examination.
Think about it, because I have a daughter of my own, and I'd hate for that to be me one day and she'd be without a father.
I don't ever think you're ever out of the wrestling business. It's like a drug. It's like an addiction. Once you're in for good.
The WWF does indeed go on. They did not stop last night's event. They continued their tour in St. Louis tonight. Fellow wrestlers say 33-year-old Owen Hart was one of the most experienced and professional wrestlers in all the business. Ken and Dana.
All right, Wendell Stacy reporting tonight. Thank you.
Certainly.
Meanwhile, police are investigating an accident in North Memphis where a 12-year-old was hit and killed by a car. It happened just after 5 this evening on Shannon Street. Police say Jerome Smith was riding his bike out of the driveway when a car failed to swerve and avoid the child. He was taken to Labonner, where he later died from abdominal injuries. No charges will be filed against the driver.
It's the third largest county in the state of Tennessee and one of the fastest growing. But Fayette County's 911 EMS service is shrinking. There are currently 3 full-time ambulances available to answer calls in the 700-square-mile county. Methodist Healthcare's Fayette Hospital holds the ambulance contract, but they're trying to cut the budget and one of the 3 ambulances. The hospital says the cut is only for the short term, but county leaders would rather see an expansion.
We do not want to cut services to the citizens of Fayette County. Now, we have to evaluate that to see if these changes will cut the services.
Mayor Voss says he'll look at other options to keep the citizens of Fayette County protected.
2 men who broke out of a West Tennessee prison are still on the loose at this hour. The inmates escaped from the Mason Correctional Facility in Tipton County Thursday. Convicted murderer Anthony Langford and Chris McKeon scaled a fence in the prison's recreation yard last Thursday. Frankford was serving a 220-year sentence for double murder. McKeon 50 years for robbery and theft. Prison officials are focusing their search on a wooded area near the prison.
Police in DeSoto County are looking for a rape suspect who assaulted a woman in her own home. The attack happened Friday in the Kingston West subdivision of Horn Lake, Mississippi. Police say the woman was assaulted, then tied up. Then the suspect took her in her car. Police say the crime is similar to other attacks in Olive Branch, but won't say it's a serial attack. Police are working on a composite sketch of the suspect.
They're the type of neighbors nobody really wants living on the street. Some people argue their presence poses a huge health hazard. We're talking about mice, rats, and other rodents all living in drainage ditches located throughout Olive Branch. Residents say some of the ditches aren't being maintained by the city, which is making them attractive homes for pets. The mayor says it hasn't been taken care of because he never knew the problem existed.
I don't know what happened or where the breakdown was. I feel certain that they contacted someone. But we'll check into it and do our best to take care of it.
The city recently overcame a sewage problem that drew a lot of criticism from residents. Some residents told us that it took years for the city to solve that situation.
Memphis Mayor Willie Harrington will make it official tomorrow. He wants a 3rd term in office. Harrington will announce his candidacy for mayor at a downtown ceremony tomorrow evening. He first won office in 1991, defeating longtime incumbent Dick Hackett. Another politician also wants the same office. Shelby County Commissioner Shep Wilburn filed candidacy papers today with the County Election Commission. Wilburn is a former Memphis City Council member and has been an outspoken critic of Harrington's administration. And over the weekend, City Councilman Joe Ford told the Commercial Appeal he plans to make a run for the mayor's office as well.
He lived his life with passion and with grace. Tonight, loved ones pay tribute to the late John Tigrett. In his 85 years, John Tigrett became a wealthy man, but friends tonight say his real fortune could be found in his vision, his wisdom, and his wit. ABC 24's Kathy Pribble attended the memorial service and joins us now with more. Kathy?
Ken, those who knew him best say John Tigrett embodied the things we all aspire to be: a good friend, a trusted advisor, and to the very last day, full of vigor and life.
On the Orpheum's marquee, the words of a true gentleman: take time to be kind. That quote from the man who'd made his millions, yet never lost sight of the humility that makes real success possible.
I'm a better person because John lived and he shared wisdom with me. Memphis is a better city because John shared some of his vision, his creativity, his believability in the destiny of this city. And may his soul rest in eternal peace.
It's a sentiment heard time and again from those who paid tribute. From Vice President Al Gore, who sent a tape of memories, both old and new. As a child, he thought of Tigrett as his very own Willy Wonka, a visit to his toy factory like winning the golden ticket. Gore remembers him more recently as a generous friend who gave indispensable advice. There was singer Isaac Hayes, who affectionately called John Tigrett Mr. T, and remembered singing at a gala for Tigrett's wife, Pat. Afterwards, he says, John Tigrett came to him with tears in his eyes. "Thank you," he said, "for making my wife happy." Reverend Douglas Bailey spoke of the strength Tigrett gave others, strength of fortitude and strength of faith.
Hallelujah. John Tigrett is risen.
John Tigrett died Tuesday in Washington. He was buried in a private service last week. FedEx's Fred Smith tonight said his friend lived for the bold adventure, the gallant effort, and lived his life as a gentleman. Ken and Dana.
Definitely will be missed. Thanks a lot, Kathy Purble, reporting tonight.
And still to come on ABC 24 News, the things you may not want to know about your family physician. Some medicine men and women in the Mid-South are hiding drug addictions and sex crimes. We'll tell you about these dangerous doctors.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? Now it may be the camera crews that sing the song in court. Find out why. Plus, riding rough waters and barely clinging to life. It's a rampaging river rescue you'll see when we come back.
ABC 24 News. Focus on the Mid-South. Closed captioning is provided by your local Jeep dealers.
On the next Montel, 17 years ago, she abandoned her children. She's about to be reunited, but will she be forgiven?
If I had to do it again, I would have never, ever done it.
3 years ago, she ran away from home and broke her father's heart.
We were so tight.
Now she has a child of her own, but longs for a father once again.
I would really like him to be a part of my son's life.
Family members desperate to be forgiven.
I think it's really time.
Tomorrow at 3 on ABC 24. Our goal was to create an exciting car, tough enough to take whatever the world can throw at it. Quite frankly, we nailed it. Grand Am with solid form design. Right now, make the most solid Grand Am ever built yours by taking advantage of this solid deal. Grand Am. Excitement well built. See your local Pontiac dealer today.
Around here, things move just a little slower. And that's fine with us, because we just don't rush the down-home goodness of Yarnell's ice cream. Well, there is one time we get in a hurry, and that's when the Yarnell's truck makes a delivery. Pick up some Yarnell's homemade vanilla ice cream today. It's our #1 flavor, made with down-home goodness from a secret recipe that's been in our family for years. But you better hurry up and get yours.
Terrell Bishop is angry and taking to the street again tonight to take it back from pushers and gangs and make it safe for his 4-year-old. Whose side are you on? Terrell is a mad dad, family men who work with local authorities to keep their neighborhoods safe. Not everyone has to take to the streets, but everyone can take a step to help kids. Call us. We're fighting for the children. Whose side are you on?
Today's countdown to Y2K is brought to you by Gold Strike Casino Resort, official sponsor of the new millennium. This is ABC 24 News.
A Supreme Court decision could cost teachers and school districts if students harass each other. In a narrow 5-4 decision, the High Court ruled that schools that ignore sexual harassment between students can be forced to pay the victim. The justices were asked to draw a distinction between illegal harassment and playground taunts. The court says a school district can be held financially responsible if officials knew about the harassment but were deliberately indifferent to it. Another ruling from the High Court could spell the end to popular TV programs like Cops and LAPD. The Supreme Court ruled that camera crews and ride-alongs with police patrols is a violation of privacy, which would allow people to sue the police if they allow a camera crew into a home to tape arrests or searches. The court still has to determine if news crews can be held liable.
As the Georgia school was back in session for the first time since a campus shooting, and most of those injured in the attack were also back in class today. This week's final exams at Heritage High have been made optional for the students, and yearbooks that were supposed to have been handed out last Thursday were distributed this morning. 6 students were injured in last week's attack. Only 1 remains in the hospital.
Heavyweight boxer Mike Tyson is a free man tonight. The 32-year-old boxer was released from jail today after serving 3 months for assaulting 2 men during a traffic accident last year. The former heavyweight champ was released after an Indiana judge ended his previous probation for his 1992 rape conviction. Tyson will serve the remainder of his 1-year sentence on parole.
Imagine being stranded in the middle of a raging river clinging to a tree limb for dear life. Take a look at this. That's exactly what happened to one adventurer in Yosemite National Park Sunday. Search and rescue teams lined the banks of the river trying to save a park employee, but the waters were tough for some as they were thrown out of their raft. Finally, a helicopter was brought in to lift the victim to safety. Veteran blues singer Ruth Brown is diagnosed with colon cancer. Brown, seen here at the 1997 Handy Awards here in Memphis, will undergo surgery next week. Doctors think they've caught the problem early enough to give her a good chance to recover. Brown has won numerous Handy Awards for her music. She says she'll perform again once she recovers. Best of luck to her.
Absolutely.
Still to come tonight, the weather is great, but will it last? Brian shows you in the Skynet forecast.
Stay with us.
Fight fans, log on to ABC24.com. You could win tickets to Night of the Beam or the grand prize, fight tickets and dinner for 2 and an overnight stay at Gold Strike Casino Resort.
What do you dream of when you dream of nothing? Nothing for a down payment. Nothing for a first month's payment. Nothing for a security deposit. For a total of nothing due at lease signing on Oldsmobile's award-winning Intrigue for a limited time with a lease offer of $2.99 a month. Call toll-free for details. Intrigue by Oldsmobile. Think nothing. Start something.
Introducing chicken salad at Subway. Try our delicious chicken salad sub, handmade right in front of you.
Throwing a party? Subway is your party headquarters. Get great tasting party platters and giant party subs that everyone will love.
Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Your life is non-stop. That's why you need BAN, the advanced protection of BAN Clear Roll-On, with a unique formula that goes on dryer and leaves no messy white stuff. BAN Clear Roll-On, made to work non-stop just like you. BAN, clearly advanced protection all day long.
He scratches itchy cuts, then opens the cut to germs again. But ordinary ointments don't stop itch.
Introducing new Gold Bond Triple Antibiotic Ointment. Gold Bond kills germs, plus stops pain and itch while cuts heal.
Gold Bond is extra protection.
Gold Bond Antibiotic Ointment. Kills germs, stops itch.
ABC 24 News, recipient of 4 Associated Press Awards. We believe in what we do, and you can too.
AM 600 WREC is smart radio for smart people. Memphis today from 5:30 to 9 a.m. with traffic and weather every 15 minutes. All the news and information you need to get the day going. And don't forget Dr. Laura Schlesinger from 9 till noon and Rush Limbaugh, the talk radio original from noon to 3. You know what you want, and now you know where to get it. Smart radio for smart people. AM 600 WREC.
Well, did you know there are doctors working in the Mid-South who've endangered their patients? Is one of them your doctor? Some Mid-South physicians could be dangerous doctors.
From drug convictions to rape charges, most doctors who have had questionable backgrounds are able to treat patients again. ABC 24's Kristen Terrell joins us now with a look at dangerous doctors. Kristen?
Well, Dana, Ken, it is hard to believe when you hear it, but it's happened before. Doctors you might consider quite dangerous allowed to practice medicine.
How do you know your doctor is safe? How do you know when your health, your life is on the line, you can trust the person in charge?
Do you think physicians should be held to a bit higher standard?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have the dependency of the patient on your decisions. You should not have any other interest but the patient's interest as your first thought.
But that's not always the case with doctors. Take this one, a doctor working now in East Memphis whose license was revoked. His main interest was his illegal drug trade. Selling prescriptions for cash, illegal distribution of drugs was about 85% of his business. He was addicted and addicting his patients. After treatment, he's on a limited but valid license to practice medicine. Here's a doctor who's got all his practicing privileges back now. He was indicted for sexual assault of a minor, rape, and cocaine possession. He got 3 to 5 years probation from the state when he plea bargained for misdemeanor convictions and went through treatment. His address, also East Memphis.
Those doctors got caught. There are others out there who got caught too, and right now they're on a long list waiting to go before the State Board of Medical Examiners for disciplinary hearings.
And after you got answers to those questions, what did you next say?
This hearing before the state's Board of Medical Examiners is the kind doctors can have if they're accused of misconduct. But right now, the board's as much as 6 years behind, with more than 100 cases backlogged.
At the rate we're going with the attorneys, that'll take us about 5 years. That's if no new cases come in, so we're thinking it maybe take a little bit longer.
Stern says the most serious cases do take precedence. Those 100-some-odd doctors on that waiting list might have to wait a little bit longer if one of their colleagues is found, say, selling prescription drugs to patients who don't need them or taking illegal drugs themselves.
A case like this one, another doctor now working in East Memphis. His license was revoked in '94. He'd been using cocaine on the job. He was addicted to it. He'd been trading prescription drugs for crack, and his offense list goes on. This doctor, too, went through treatment, and since 1997, he's been able to practice medicine on a limited basis. It's that kind of judgment this medical board must make. Judgments members must take seriously.
Are there cases where doctors shouldn't practice again?
Yeah.
Should never?
Yeah, there are.
So how do you know the man or woman your life depends on isn't going to harm you? There is a way to check them out. It's as close as your phone or your home computer.
When we first started researching this story, we'd planned on sharing the names of the doctors we found with you. But we found one has rebuilt his life and is now helping others with similar problems. It was then we decided it was better to arm you with the facts and help you find out if your doctor has any problems. Tomorrow night, we'll show you how to do that. The answer is right at your fingertips. Join us tomorrow night here on ABC 24 News for Dangerous Doctors and find out how to check out your family's doctor. Dana, Ken?
Thanks, Kristen. We look forward to that report.
And on a much lighter note, Brian's in, and beautiful weather today. We love you.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Well, we're looking at Skynet radar only to show you there's nothing going on right now. 24 hours from now, we may have some showers or a thunder shower or two to show you, but pretty quiet. Let's go ahead and see what's going on this hour. 71 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Winds from the southwest at 6, and the barometer is steady. Our official high, well, we did make it to 80. 83 is our typical high this time of the year. 60 is where we started this day. 93, the record high. 71 this hour in the city. 72 in Little Rock. 74 Dallas, over in Nashville, Middle Tennessee, 70 degrees. As we zoom in our Skynet 3D imagery, here's Memphis in the Mid-South. Notice the clouds increasing from Oklahoma into Arkansas. Closer inspection will show some pretty strong thunderstorms. Quite a line here. You notice the watches in New Mexico earlier today that have expired. One severe thunderstorm watch remains over western Texas. That's pretty impressive there. Pretty strong line of thunderstorms. But back across Arkansas and the Mid-South, nothing yet. We've had our increasing clouds almost off the screen here. There are some scattered showers over the southern plains. We may see some of that later in the day tomorrow. 58 degrees for an overnight low tonight, right around 60 over in Little Rock. This is the front that came through, brought some showers and thunderstorms to the south and southeast. High pressure bringing us a lovely day today. But again, later on in the day tomorrow, a chance of a shower or maybe even a thunder shower. 83 the high temperature tomorrow. Another warm day, but we will have some clouds around too. Tonight, this is the way it looks. Partly cloudy, 58 the low, winds from the west at 5. Then for your Tuesday, that would be tomorrow, well, a chance of some afternoon showers, maybe a thunder shower developing. 83 the high, winds from the west at 10. Those showers could continue into Wednesday, and then things start to break up. The clouds break up on Thursday, and as we round out the work week into the weekend, it looks delightful. Temperatures upper 70s and getting back into the mid-80s by the time the weekend goes. So a couple of days when we'll just kind of hit and miss showers. No big deal.
All right, Brian. Thank you very much.
Betcha.
Sir. Greg just into the studio right now, and with good news about 2 students here in the Mid-South.
Yeah, we just received a phone call that there were 2 Tennessee State champions in the girls' pentathlon today. Ashley Reed in Division II from Immaculate Conception, and from the AAA division from Houston High School, Christy Brent, each won state championships in the heptathlon. So congratulations, those 2 student athletes. Coming up in sports, the Knicks try to seal the deal with the Hawks. The Redbirds look for the trifecta in Vegas. And tomorrow's Daily News will read Chuck's out in Orlando. Plus, we'll tell you about the NCAA baseball tourney pairings, but first, big league scores on the Gold Strike scoreboard.
ABC 24 weather on AM 600 WREC. All day, all night, 24 hours a day. ABC 24 weather on Smart Radio, AM 600 WREC.
Who knows what to expect in the future? You do. For generations, you've depended on TVA, and we've been there to keep the lights on, the river thriving, and the valley growing. For years, we've been a part of your community, a part of your prosperity, a part of your life. Why would tomorrow be any different? TVA and your local public power company. Not just the current, the future.
We're proud of our values at MLGW, and you can be too, like going the extra mile, keeping costs low, and planning for the future.
You're our #1 priority, and always have been. Whether we're bringing new industries to town or responding to a late-night emergency, we're here for you.
A history of service, a tradition of excellence, a vision for the future. We're Memphis Light Gas and Water, hometown energy working for you.
The event you've been waiting for is here. The biggest selection of award-winning minivans, from the lowest price to the ultimate. Now for a limited time during the National Chrysler Plymouth Spring Sales Drive. Get big $1,000 cash allowances, or our lowest APR 1.9, or our lowest lease rates on every award-winning minivan. The National Chrysler Plymouth Spring Sales Drive, for a limited time only. See your Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
ABC 24 News on ABC24.com. The first Mid-South newscast on the Internet. Watch it live or access the archive. ABC 24 News on demand. ABC 24 News on ABC24.com. Believe in what we do. The power of the future on ABC 24 News today.
Introducing America Choice from GTE Wireless. Now you can use your wireless phone anywhere in the country without worrying about roaming or long-distance charges. New America Choice, only from GTE Wireless. Welcome to the United States of America.
Hi, everybody. Saying it was time to leave the bench because of all those late-night plane rides. Chuck Daly has decided to step down as head coach of the Orlando Magic. The 68-year-old Daly denied accusations that tensions with star player Penny Hardaway was the real reason for the resignation. Daly will stay on as a consultant to Magic general manager John Gabriel. In 13-plus seasons as an NBA coach, Daly won 638 games, ranking him 14th all-time. He also coached the Pistons to a pair of NBA titles.
I've had a great run, great career, and I know you've read and heard all of these places I'm going to be in, these 3 or 4 places that the job is awaiting me. We know that's not true, but that is not the case. This is a finale for me in coaching. This will conclude my coaching career.
NBA playoffs tonight. Knicks and Hawks. Latrell Sprewell with moves faster than a New York City pickpocket. Spree is free for the solo jack. Then Pat Ewing finds Charlie Ward. He's wide open beyond the arc for three, and Chucky's dialed in. Knicks working the ball here like the Globetrotters. Larry Johnson to Allen Houston, to Chris Childs, to Patrick Ewing for the long J. 17 for Patrick. Knicks sweep the Hawks, winning 79-66. They're the first 8th seed to make the conference finals. Bring on the Pacers, who's next for the Knicks. Well, for only the second time since 1977, the Ole Miss Rebels are headed to the NCAA baseball tournament. The Rebs received the 3rd seed in the 4-team regional being played at College Station, Texas. The Rebs will play Long Beach State on Friday in the start of the double elimination tourney. There are 6 teams from the SEC in all, among them Arkansas. The Hogs will host a regional and meet Delaware in first-round play Friday night. Also, Mississippi State faces Nebraska in Columbus, Ohio. The Dogs are seeded 3rd. From the CUSA, Tulane is a 1 seed at Auburn. The Wave hosts Winthrop on Thursday. I'll make that Friday. Also, Southern Miss meets South Alabama at Tuscaloosa. And Houston hosts the region with Southwest Texas providing their first obstacle. Well, the Redbirds are enjoying the road so much they may never come home. Well, actually, the Birds are headed back to Memphis on Wednesday, but so far it's been a heck of a trip. They won 4 of 6. And tonight they're looking for 3 straight over the Stars, but right now they trail 3-1 in the 5th inning of play. Major League Baseball action, County Stadium, Braves and the Brewers. Last year's National League Cy Young winner Tom Glavine being jacked. Jeremy Burnett, Dave Nielsen. How about Marquise Grissom with a double? Even Ron Belliard gets a base hit, and then Jeff Sorello knocks in 2. Braves down 7-1 in the 3rd. Boy, tough night for Glavine. But what about Glavine's long ball hitting? Yeah, all those commercials, nada. Brew Crew, no problema. They win at 10-7 over Glavine and the Braves. Marlins and the Cubs, let's take it to Wrigley. Fish skipper John Bowles looking on. Bottom second, Sammy Sosa on 3rd. 2 outs for the Cubs, and Benito Santiago hits it where they ain't. That scores Sosa, 1-0 Cubs. And top of the 3rd, Alex Gonzalez says take that jack solo shot. Ties things up at 1. But in the bottom of the inning, it's Shammy. No doubt about it. Does that 4-bagger thing again. Going, and gone. He hits 15th. Cubs lead this game 7-5 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, picture-perfect weather to be out on the links today, and that's exactly where some of the nation's top collegiate football coaches were. At Riverbend Links, participating in the 13th annual tourney to benefit the Monastery of the Poor Clares. Among the coaches on hand, Texas Tech's Spike Dykes and Marshall's Bob Pruitt, whose teams ironically have lost the past 2 years to Ole Miss in bowl games.
Well, you know, I have a son who's a high school football coach in Mississippi, and he sort of hurt a little bit. They've been pretty good. You know, I think that we sort of shocked them a little bit. We got a little closer than they thought we was going to be.
Well, they're always nice to you when you lose, you know how that goes. But, no, we've got great respect for everybody over in this part of the country. You know, the Southeast Conference is a great conference.
We had to remind those guys, didn't we? Speaking of golf, Tiger Woods was in Memphis last Monday. Today he was in Germany wrapping up the title of the Deutsche Bank Open by shooting a 4-under-68 to win by 3 shots. Woods received $200,000 for the win and reportedly another $1 million for just showing up. Then, of course, money for wearing those shirts. The second tennis major of the season is underway from Paris. That's the French Open. Men's top seed Yevgeny Kafelnikov in action, taking on Michael Chang. And what's wrong with Michael Kafelnikov with the put away at the net? And Chang's gone in the first round. 6-2, 5-7, 6-love, 7-6. Other winners today, Andre Agassi, that guy right there, Jim Courier, Marcelo Rios. And on the women's side, top seed Martina Hingis and both Williams sisters. Finally, to the Stanley Cup playoff, Stars and Avalanche at Reunion Arena. 3rd period, 2-all. Joey Nieuwendyk on the rebound gives the Stars a 3-2 lead, and I guess he's happy. I think he's happy. That guy's not. Then Mike Modano with the dagger. He would beat Patrick Waugh, and Dallas would win this thing 4-2 as the series is now even at 1 apiece. There you go, guys.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Coming up, we'll take a last look at your forecast.
And it was a pregnancy seen round the world. It's a case of cyber support for a growing family.
I don't have time to do anything. So when I needed a heat and air system installed, I got it done right. I called my local electric company. They put me in touch with their quality contractor network. People who know how to install a heat pump right the first time. And then when it was installed, they did a free 40-point inspection for me, so we knew everything was done right. So we'd save on our monthly bills. And we actually have 10 years to pay for everything. It's wonderful.
Jennifer in the morning, Jennifer in the evening, Jennifer at Christmas time.
Any time is a good time to visit Branson, and when you're in town, come over and visit me, Jennifer Wilson, at the Americana Theater. This is my 6th season in Branson, and my all-new show is even bigger and better than ever. Plus, the comedy is great for kids of all ages. I'll be saving a seat just for you.
Jennifer in the morning, Jennifer in the evening, Jennifer at Christmas time.
Showtimes are 9:30 a.m. Call 417-33-JENNIFER today.
Gold Strike Casino Resort proudly presents Night of the Bean. See super heavyweight champion of the world, Butter Bean, in his first live fight in the Mid-South, Thursday, May 27th at 8 p.m. It's Butter Bean live, plus 4 explosive female undercard bouts featuring Bonnie the Cobra Canino and Kathy Rivers. Night of the Bean, May 27th at 8 p.m. only at Gold Strike Casino Resort.
Oh, she's baiting the trap again with her pasta and Parmesan. What is that? That is new.
Introducing Kraft Shredded Parmesan Cheese. Fresh taste. No grating, no waiting.
Can we open this? Oh, shut up and push.
We've been making Earth Grains bread for so long with so much goodness in every loaf, we never really thought we could ever top it. Until we did. With Harvest Top breads from Earth Grains. Wholesome good taste with whole grain goodness from bottom to top. Harvest Top. I guess you could say we even topped ourselves. Earth Grains. Now we've topped ourselves again with new Harvest Top Golden Pecan.
I'm too old. I can't afford to keep this.
You have to wait years to adopt.
This house is so
Maybe we should adopt.
If you've thought about adoption, there's a waiting child. Wednesday nights on ABC 24 News.
This is really something. You see this pain reliever? Nothing is proven to work better or last longer. Nothing. You see this one? For 14 years, people have counted on this for relief that's gentle on the stomach. And you may be surprised to learn that both are Advil. It's true. Nothing's proven to work better or longer than Advil. And millions of people can tell you it's gentle to the stomach. Strong, yet gentle. Advil.
Take another look. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Got some showers maybe later in the day tomorrow. Probably some scattered showers into Wednesday, and then things brighten up Thursday. Going into the end of the week, and the weekend looks pretty bright, looks warm, looks good.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Certainly does. And finally tonight, a Knoxville couple created their own website to let loved ones know about their pregnancy, and soon the world was watching. The Christies had trouble with infertility, so they started documenting their medical procedures online. Then the Christies became pregnant, and the 32-week process was documented as well. 45,000 people have sampled the site, putting it on AT&T's top 10 list. Now, the Christies give updates about the process of rearing, get this, not one, but their triplets.
Okay, you know what their last name was?
What?
Christy.
Christy.
You know what the mother's first name is?
Christy.
Yes.
Christy. The
Yes.
Christy Christies.
I'm Devin. Good night.
And good night, good night. See you tomorrow.